Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with this: life isn't about staying in one place. It's about moving forward, evolving, and becoming the person you were destined to be. But sometimes that requires something drastic. Sometimes you need to hit pause. Sometimes you've got to reset. Let me tell you, this growth isn't loud. It's quiet. It's lonely. It's deliberate. You don't transform in the spotlight, you transform in the shadows. You see, when I think about resetting your life, it's not just about stepping away from what's around you, it's about stepping into what's within you. Recognize when it's time for a change. Maybe you've been feeling stuck, uninspired, or even defeated. That's okay. The first step to transformation is admitting that where you are isn't where you're supposed to stay. Disappear. Yes, you heard me right. Disappear. Not out of fear or failure, but to focus. Focus on yourself, your goals, and the life you want to build. Stop scrolling, stop comparing, and stop explaining your every move to people who don't matter. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's power. When I've prepared for roles, I've learned that silence is where the work gets done. Behind closed doors, in the late hours when no one's watching, that's where the real transformation happens. Let go of what's holding you back. Shed the habits, the doubts, the people, and even the comforts that no longer serve you. You can't hold on to the old if you want to make room for the new. And then start rebuilding. Piece by piece, brick by brick, day by day, be deliberate about your actions. Have a plan. Write it down. Commit to it. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements. Without it, you're just dreaming. Let me tell you something my mother used to say: ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship when it gets tough, and it will remember. That's when the transformation is happening. Don't chase applause. Success doesn't need validation. When you're grinding in silence, your results will speak louder than words. Let your transformation be your testimony. Learn, invest, grow. This is your time to expand your mind, develop your skills, and become the person capable of achieving everything you dream of. And when you've done the work, when you've sharpened your tools, strengthened your mind, and fortified your spirit, then, and only then, re-emerge. But this time, re-emerge as the version of yourself that no one saw coming, the version that's undeniable. Remember, you don't need permission to reset your life. The only permission you need is from yourself. And when you decide to transform, disappear if you must, but come back when you're ready to inspire. As I always say, fall forward, because even in your struggle, even in your silence, you're still moving toward greatness. Now go. Reset. Disappear. Transform. The world isn't ready for the person you're about to become. Recognizing when it's time for a change is one of the most powerful realizations you can have in life. It's the moment when you stop ignoring the signs and start listening to that voice deep within you, the one that's been whispering, or maybe even shouting, that you're meant for more. Change doesn't announce itself with grand fanfare. It often comes as a quiet discomfort, a persistent feeling that something isn't right. It's that sense of being stuck, of waking up every day and feeling like you're going through the motions but not really living. This realization requires courage because it forces you to confront hard truths. It means looking at the life you've built and asking yourself, is this truly where I want to be? Or am I just staying here because it's familiar, because it's safe? Comfort can be a dangerous thing. It can lull you into staying in a place that no longer serves you, convincing you that change is too hard, too risky, or too uncertain. But the truth is, staying in a situation that no longer aligns with your soul is far more dangerous than any leap of faith could ever be. Sometimes recognizing the need for change comes from pain of failure, a loss, or a betrayal. Other times it's subtler, a growing dissatisfaction or a dream that refuses to die. Whatever the reason, when you feel that tug, don't ignore it. That's life trying to tell you something. That's your future self calling you forward. You must take a hard look at your habits, your relationships, and even your environment. Are they helping you grow, or are they keeping you small? Are you holding on to things that no longer bring you joy, peace, or purpose? Change begins when you're honest with yourself, when you admit that where you are isn't where you're supposed to stay. It's not a sign of weakness to say, this isn't working. In fact, it's the first step to strength. Recognizing the need for change isn't about admitting failure, it's about choosing growth. It's about acknowledging that you're not done evolving, that your story isn't finished, and that there's a new chapter waiting to be written. Embracing solitude as a tool for self-discovery is one of the most transformative decisions you can make. In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and demands for your attention, solitude becomes a sanctuary where clarity can flourish. It is in the quiet moments, away from the chaos, that you truly begin to hear yourself, your thoughts, your desires, your fears, and your dreams. Solitude allows you to step back and reflect on who you are, not as defined by the roles you play or the expectations placed upon you, but as your authentic self. When you strip away the influence of others, you uncover the raw truth about what matters to you, what drives you, and what holds you back. It's a chance to meet yourself on a deeper level, free from judgment and comparison. In solitude, you learn to become comfortable with your own company. This is not loneliness, it's strength. It's the realization that you are enough, that your worth isn't tied to your social circles, relationships, or external validation. This sense of self-reliance can be empowering because it teaches you that you don't need anyone or anything to define your happiness or success. Self-discovery requires honesty, and solitude provides the space for that honesty to emerge. It's a time to ask yourself the tough questions. What am I passionate about? What am I afraid of? What do I truly want from life? The answers may not come immediately, but in the stillness, they begin to take shape. Solitude isn't just about being alone. It's about listening, understanding, and reconnecting with yourself. Moreover, solitude sharpens your focus and aligns you with your purpose. When you're not constantly reacting to the outside world, you can dig deeper into your inner world. This is where breakthroughs happen, ideas are born, solutions are uncovered, and dreams are reignited. You discover not just who you are, but who you want to become. It may feel uncomfortable at first. We are conditioned to seek connection and to fill empty moments with distractions. But solitude is not a void, it's an opportunity. It's the fertile ground where you plant the seeds of self-awareness and growth. Once you learn to embrace it, solitude becomes a powerful tool that helps you transform your life from the inside out. Rebuilding your foundation is a process of starting over with intention and clarity, creating a stronger base upon which to build your future. It's about stripping away what no longer serves you and laying down the bricks of your life with purpose. Foundations are the unseen structures that support everything else. And when cracks appear, whether through neglect, mistakes, or life's storms, you must have the courage to go back and repair or rebuild. The first step in this process is acknowledging where the weaknesses lie. It requires honest self-assessment. Are the choices you've made aligned with your true values? Have you been building on shaky ground, influenced by the expectations of others or fleeting desires? Rebuilding begins with this clarity, knowing what you truly want and what you no longer need. When you rebuild, you must start with your core, your values, beliefs, and vision for your life. These are the bedrock of everything you do. Without a solid understanding of who you are and what you stand for, the structures you create will always be unstable. Take the time to define these core principles and let them guide every decision and action moving forward. Rebuilding doesn't mean discarding everything. Sometimes it's about reinforcing what is already there, strengthening your character, sharpening your skills, and deepening your relationships with people who truly matter. Other times it means tearing down entirely and starting anew. Both require effort, but the result is a life that can withstand the challenges ahead. This process also demands patience. You can't rebuild a foundation overnight. It's a slow, deliberate process of unlearning bad habits, replacing them with good ones, and cultivating discipline. It's about consistency, laying one brick at a time and ensuring each one is placed with care and intention. As you rebuild, let go of the rush to see immediate results. Trust the process. A strong foundation is often invisible, but it is the most critical part of any structure. Without it, even the most impressive exteriors will crumble under pressure. Finally, rebuilding your foundation means embracing resilience. Life will test you again and again, but a rebuilt foundation stands firm in the face of adversity. It becomes a testament to your strength, adaptability, and determination. When you rebuild with intention and authenticity, you create a life that not only supports your goals, but also empowers you to reach heights you never thought possible. Letting go of what's holding you back is an act of liberation, a necessary step to move forward and step into your fullest potential. Often, we cling to things, people, or habits that no longer serve us, either out of fear, comfort, or attachment to the past. But holding on to these weights keeps us anchored in places we've outgrown, preventing us from reaching the new horizons life has to offer. The first step is recognizing what's truly holding you back. It could be toxic relationships, old fears, limiting beliefs, or even a comfort zone that feels safe but is suffocating your growth. These things may have once served a purpose in your life, but seasons change and so must you. Holding on to what no longer aligns with your goals only drains your energy and clouds your vision. Letting go requires courage because it means confronting the unknown. We fear what lies on the other side of release: uncertainty, loneliness, or failure. But the truth is, holding on to what's familiar can be far more damaging than stepping into the unfamiliar. You cannot open yourself to new opportunities if your hands are full of the past. This process is not about forgetting or dismissing what has happened. It's about acknowledging it and choosing to move forward. Letting go doesn't mean you failed, it means you've learned. Each person, experience, or habit that no longer serves you has taught you something, and now it's time to carry those lessons, not the baggage. Letting go is also about forgiveness of others and of yourself. Holding on to anger, guilt, or regret keeps you tethered to moments that have already passed. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for your freedom. When you forgive, you reclaim your power and redirect it toward your future. It's a process that demands faith in yourself and your journey. You must believe that what lies ahead is better than what you're leaving behind. This belief empowers you to walk away from toxic situations, unhealthy habits, or self-doubt, knowing that you are creating space for something greater. As you let go, you'll find that your load gets lighter. Your mind becomes clearer, your spirit stronger, and your path forward brighter. What seemed impossible before because you were weighed down now feels within reach. You begin to see that letting go isn't losing, it's gaining freedom, clarity, and the ability to move toward the life you're meant to live. Letting go is not a one-time act, but a continual practice of releasing what no longer serves you. With each step, you shed old layers and uncover the resilient, capable, and extraordinary person you were always meant to be. Being deliberate about your transformation means taking control of your growth with intention and focus. Transformation doesn't happen by chance, it's the result of conscious decisions and consistent effort. If you want to change your life, you must approach it with a clear plan and unwavering commitment, rather than leaving it to the whims of circumstances or the opinions of others.